So the next song is a request from Art. I see it's actually published on, the song is published on a channel called Old School Music. So this time around, guys, you can't blame me when I say it's old school music or golden oldies or whatever the case might be. So this song is Cats in the Cradle, which is a 1974 version by Harry Chapin. Chapin. Yeah, don't know the band or the artist. But I do guess we're going down to the old school music memory lane, and everyone else who's from that era, you guys are gonna enjoy and love. And we're gonna see if this 90s baby is clicking once again to one of these golden oldies. So as usual, here we go.
Child arrived just the other day. He came to the world in the usual way, but there were planes to catch and bills to pay. He learned to walk while I was away, and he was talking before I knew it. And as he grew, he'd say, I'm gonna be like you, Dad. You know I'm gonna be like you. And the cats in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man on the moon. When you're coming home, Dad, I don't know when, but we'll get together then.
I know this voice.
We'll have a good time then.
I know I do. And the style of music. I'm trying to think, what is the song that I know of him?
My son turned 10 just the other day. He said, thanks for the ball, Dad. Come on, let's play. Can you teach me to throw? I said, not today. I got a lot to do. He said, that's okay. And he walked away, but his smile never dimmed. It said, I'm gonna be like him. Yeah, you know I'm gonna be like him. And the cats in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man on the moon. When you're coming home, Dad, I don't know when, but we'll get together then.
I hope he grows up to be the opposite.
Good time then.
Maybe not an artist, not on the road, so he can spend time with his kid.
Well, he came from college just the other day. So much like a man, I just had to say, son, I'm proud of you. Can you sit for a while? He shook his head and he said with a smile, what I'd really like, Dad, is to borrow the car keys. See you later, can I have them, please? And the cats in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man on the moon. When you're coming home, son, I don't know when, but we'll get together.
He's
then.
all grown up now.
You know we'll have a good time then.
Is he making a satay with his lips?
I've long since retired, my son's moved away. I called him up just the other day. I said I'd like to see you if you don't mind. He said I'd love to, Dad, if I can find the time. You see, my new job's a hassle and the kids are the flu, but it's sure nice talking to you, Dad. It's been sure nice talking to you. And as I hung up the phone, it occurred to me, he'd grown up just like me. My boy was just like me.
He did.
And the cats in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man on the moon. When you're coming home, son, I don't know when, but we'll get together then, Dad. We're gonna have a good time then.
And before you wipe out your eyes, Dad is in the grave, or son got into an accident. Oh, Oh, there's another song, which seems a bit newer. Unless it's a cover, it's also Cats in the Cradle. Here's my favorite Falling in Reverse song. Ooh. I also like him. John Michael Montgomery. What song did we react to from him? I think it was I Like the Way You Love Me or something. Old school music. We have to sub. We like old school music. I shine peace. Okay, hold on. So that sucks. Oopsie. What did I do? Press something, yeah. You know, I'm so guilty of this. Because I would postpone and postpone and postpone. I mean, I don't have, family whom I can do this to, whom I postpone with. But in terms of social life, because I'm an introvert, I always do this. I'll make the appointment. Well, I'll say, no, it's fine. We can meet up, whenever it is that you want to meet up. And come that day, then I'm not feeling it. I'm not in the mood. I'm dreading it. I've built myself up so full of anxiety for an entire week because I really don't want to go. I don't want to do it. When I was younger, that really got to me. Now I'm old enough to just say, you know what? It's actually not going to happen. I can promise you now I'm not going to meet up with you. So either that's when I realize, okay, but this friendship or this relationship or whatever is just not serving me in the way where, I want to and can put time aside. But if I feel like it's rather going to eat into my energy and I'm just going to be drained after that, then not worth it. Okay, so let's read. Oopsie. There. Okay. My child arrived just the other day. He came to the world in the usual way. I would hope so. But there were planes to catch and bills to pay. He learned to walk while I was away, and he was talking before I knew it. And as he grew, he'd say, I'm gonna be like you, Dad. You know I'm gonna be like you. So like at that point, I was thinking, okay, so he's probably going to end up being an artist just like his dad. And the Cats in the Cradle and the Silver Spoon, Little Boy Blue and the Man on the Moon. When you coming home, Dad? I don't know when, but we'll get together then. You know I'll have a good time then. We'll have a good time then. But I mean, throughout this entire period, all his son had to do is, look forward to something just for it to never realize. My son turned 10 just the other day. He said, thanks for the ball, Dad. Come on, let's play. So that's the most important thing. And I've learned this in our lives, and we're also, kind of applying it to the lives of our dogs because we are dog mom and dads. It's one thing to buy them a gazillion different toys, but what they appreciate most, they'll rather play with a broken toy, no toy at all, but they just want to spend time with us, right? So I guilt trip myself all the time because, well, we both do, because we're always working and we're not spending time with the dogs as much as we would like. So weekends, that's not what we do, because Mom has a thing where whenever she sees a toy, she can't exactly not buy it for Odin and Shadow. Yes, I'm that kind of mom. I think of myself, oh, they will love this, they're going to enjoy it, which they do. But then come, when we're not working, which is very rare, you need to actually make time and play with them. And the same is for kids, or with kids. Okay, so where are we now? Not today, I got a lot to do. He said, that's okay. And he walked away, but his smile never dimmed. It said, I don't know why he said it said. It's probably he said, I'm going to be like him. Yeah, I'm going to be like him. and the cat's in the cradle and the spoon. Okay, that's just the chorus again. So verse 3. Well, he came from college just the other day. So much like a man, I just had to say, son, I'm proud of you. Can you sit for a while? He shook his head and said with a smile, what I'd really like, Dad, is to borrow the car keys. You see, can I have them, please? Oh, see you later. Can I have them, please? And, okay, chorus again, verse 4. I've long since retired. My son moved away. I called him up the other day. I said, I'd like to see you if you don't mind. He said, I'd love to, Dad, if I can find the time. You see, my new job is a hassle and the kids have the flu, but it's nice talking to you, Dad. It's been nice. It's been sure nice talking to you. And as I hung up the phone, it occurred to me, he'd grown up just like me. My boy was just like me. And then the chorus again. Yeah, that is a pity name. Because that now basically is in the son's DNA. He's now exactly the same. So unless he's going to make a conscious decision to say, you know what, I'm actually not gonna be like my dad. I'm gonna make time. I'm gonna, make my family priority. It's a cycle that's just going to repeat. So we have a little bit of an about section here. Harry's ode to his son Josh. Written when Josh was born. Written by Harry Chapman's wife Sandy long before their son was born. Once Josh was born, Harry turned it into a song. Oh wow, okay, so his wife wrote it. But then he turned it into a song. Per Sandy, Harry and I would exchange writing of all kinds. We were always working on each other's writing. So then I'm guessing, is she also a singer? Some of my writing at a certain period were 20-page papers for a doctoral program in Columbia. So it wasn't always that poetic. But we both looked at each other's stuff. And then one time he came along and he said, what have you been doing? I showed him Cats in the Cradle and he said, well, that's interesting. Sometimes he'd pick up something and put music to it. And that didn't really grab him at all. And then after Josh was born, he did. He picked it up and he wrote music to it. Chapin's son Josh has said that the song has been very important to him. According to Josh, some people have put their arms around him and gave him their thanks since the song has got them closer to their father or someone important to them. He has had it happen so many times that he's used to it now and knows that it's a tribute to his father. Wait. Did Harry die? Let's do this. Yo, he died young. So he was born in 42 and then he died at the age of 81. Why did he die so young? 38. Okay, let's see. We're doing digging, guys. We're doing digging. On July 16th, 1981, at just 38 years old, Chapin was driving to a free concert on Long Island, one of many performed to raise awareness about hunger. Tragically, he was killed in a car accident on the way. Oh, no. Philanthropist. That's sad. And he was married to his wife from the beginning to the end. That's something similar that happened to Paul Walker. He was also on his way to some charity event from what I remember. And then he died in a car accident. Which, by the way, there's a conspiracy theory, obviously. He was one of those who, tried to speak out and he was building a case against you-know-who. And then all of a sudden, crash, boom, bang. All right, this was beautiful. This is very, very meaningful. And sadly, this is the reality of so many of us. Although I doubt it's not relevant to you. Not at all. I'm pretty sure you're such a family man. It sounds like it. But I do know a lot of us, especially, like I said, my personality is, if I don't have to spend time with people, I don't. And I'm always busy with something. So I need to be very, very mindful so that if and when I have the chance to, have kids one day, I better not do the same. That's why I want to work hard now, build my businesses, make my millions, so that once my kiddies are born, I don't have to stress about stuff like this. I don't have to get onto planes and travel everywhere, That is the ultimate goal. And hopefully hubby doesn't have to slave himself away either at everything, But who knows? Who knows what's going to happen to this planet and this economy, or these economies and everything else. So, yeah. Anyways, Art, thank you very much. Thank you for, yet again, a meaningful and valuable song. I will check you guys in the next one.
We had we at the Braveheart. With bright Vikings we stand side by the side, with axes raised high, bound by blood and honor. We believe in the old ways,